Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Nerd Mode On, and I'll be doing a gameplay commentary over some Battlefield 4. In this particular installation, I want to talk with you guys a little bit about the December 20th patch that was released for PC. Now, of course, the list is not very long in comparison to maybe some of the previous versions that were released, but there is some information in here that might affect you, and I thought it would be a good time to kind of go over it with you guys and see if this is something that you were looking forward to, or if there was something that just needs to be adjusted and hopefully they'll include in another patch for yourself. But to kind of go over them, guys, the first thing they adjusted, and this is mainly for SLI or Crossfire users like myself, they did kind of adjust a terrain flicker that was occurring when you were using your SLI and or Crossfire. And that's kind of nice to know that they were giving some love to the community that maybe likes to add multiple graphics cards into their computer. Most games don't run SLI too great, and it's kind of nice to know that Battlefield 4 runs it sufficient. It's not as good as some games I've played, but it's definitely a little bit better than, trying to minimize on, 60 frames per second. It's nice to at least know that you have about 200 other frames on standby or something of the equivalency. So I guess that's kind of nice. I can't complain too hard, but you guys know how it goes. So the next one is they kind of attempted or fixed some of the top 3 crashes that were occurring to the PC platform. A lot of you guys know Battlefield 4 hasn't been the most flawless release. It has had a fair amount of problems, and it hasn't been the most smooth experience for the consumer's side. They've done a lot to make the game a lot better, and I think people really need to open their eyes and realize that if DICE really wanted to screw us over, they wouldn't have fixed the game, and the game would be unplayable. I wouldn't even be level 64 if that was the case. I probably would be level 5. And many of you guys probably would look at it the same aspect and go, well, I am grateful, but it's not as smooth as Battlefield 3. We all know that. We all understand. Battlefield 3 was pretty smooth upon release, but it wasn't perfect. And, we're going to laugh at this a year later and think that, all those comments we wrote were kind of weird in some aspects, considering that the game will be fixed by that point. And there won't be a whole lot of things to talk about, and hopefully that's how everybody looking at it, but it's kind of hard to gauge the community because some people haven't had problems, and then the other part of the community has had a lot of problems. So hopefully this kind of fixed some problems if you guys were crashing. If not, hopefully they'll get that kind of fine-tuned in the upcoming months, but I imagine this will probably sort out a good percentage of the community and kind of put everybody on equal playing field again. So the next thing I want to talk about is they fixed a case when a soldier could die with 1 HP. And this is something I didn't really notice because I figure if you're going to get to 1 health in the first place, you're probably dead in the first place. Like, there's not really a whole lot that needs to occur for you to, lose another health point. If you fall 3 inches off the ground, you're probably going to die anyway. So I guess it's kind of nice to know that they fixed a little bug. If you were on 1 HP, you would just magically die, but I figured that there could have been a lot more effort put into other things, but it's nice to know that if you still had 1 health point left, at least you're now going to be able to survive, and maybe you'll be able to throw down a medical bag and go onward with your recovery. The last thing on the list is they fixed an issue where the revive UI would permanently stay on the screen if you guys had accepted a revive. And this is something that I've had to experience multiple times. It seems like when they updated the game a couple of weeks ago, this error just magically came into play. I don't know if it's been in the game since release, but overall, it's nice to know that it's been adjusted and or altered, and hopefully we won't have any more problems. But it's nice to know that they at least fixed this bug because it was very frustrating and it added to the insanity of taking a death when you were revived. But anyway, guys, that was the December 20th patch notes. I wanted to kind of go over that with you guys. Let me know in the comments below if anything really made your experience better for Battlefield. If not, hopefully they'll be able to get that finalized for us in the coming weeks. But anyway, guys, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And this is NMO, and I'm going to be signing out, guys. Peace.